talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes, commenting, and subscribing. You hear me? Good. Hey, B. Listen, it's been a minute since we got into an episode of Am I the A-hole? And I wanted to make sure that we go ahead and do that now. All right. I am going to pull it up over here on my screen for us to get into it. And this one is titled, Am I the a-hole for treating my coworker differently after she accused me of SA when I saved her life? All right, y'all. So y'all go ahead, get into this and make sure you're listening very closely. Okay. So it says, I'm a quiet guy and genuinely friendly. I treat all my coworkers as friends. About 2 months ago, during a work lunch, one of my coworkers started choking. So I did the Heimlich thing to help her. After she's in the clear, the others cheered. I asked if she's all right. She just nodded and head to the bathroom without a word, so I didn't think much about it. All right. Goes on to say, until 2 days later, I got a until 2 days later, I got called in to HR for my inappropriate behavior. I was confused and asked for more details. That's when they told me that my coworker had filed a complaint stating that she felt my touches when I was helping her was inappropriate. All right. They go on to say my body was too close and she felt my private area touching her. I gave my statement and they put me on ice. I was still working with potential to be removed while they investigate further. After a week, I was in the clear. I returned to work normally without fear, but I started distancing myself from the coworker. She tried to apologize, which I accepted, and tried to explain that she has to tell me that she has trauma, but I still take precautions and only treat her as just a colleague. What does that mean? You should just treat her as a colleague anyway, out the gate. Unless you guys are acting like you were friends, you were cool or of some sort. And now it's just hey and bye when you go to work. I don't know, but let's keep going. He says, I know I'm no longer talking to her unless needed to. Always keeping distance, no longer inviting her out unless there's others. All right. She could feel my hesitancy towards her, and how no longer oh, he wrote this terrible, and how no longer treat her the same as others. She tried to say that I'm being ridiculous and petty, but I told her that I'm just looking out for myself. So am I the a-hole? I don't think you're necessarily the a-hole. I don't think so. I mean, I would distance myself from somebody too. I'm sorry. People may be upset about that. I think when you're trying to perform a Heimlich on somebody and you're trying to keep them from choking, it is going to put you guys in a uncomfortable position. But at the time, nobody, in my opinion, would be thinking, I would think not, would be thinking about violating a person sexually. They're thinking about saving your damn life in that moment. And that is a very uncomfortable position when you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that's what she felt, but it's like, I don't know. I probably would have been feeling, I mean, unless he was growing when he was doing it down there. Was you growing down there when you was giving her the Heimlich or something? Because I'm feeling the shit that's in my throat and trying to get it out. That's what I'm going to be feeling. But, I haven't been in that position really to know. Maybe somebody else has. Maybe you guys have experienced that before. But to me, I don't necessarily think that that person is being the a-hole. And I think that it's kind of safe to be distanced from them because you tried to let them know, like, hey, or you didn't try to let them know anything. Everybody saw what was happening. Nobody really stepped in to try to help her from choking but you, it appears. And now they go to HR and try to say that, they felt your private area as if you were trying to sexually violate them in that manner when you were just trying to merely save their life from them choking on the job. Like, I probably would keep a bit of a distance. I'll be honest. If I was doing something out of the goodness of my heart, and then somebody tried to label me as doing something else, I don't have to smear your name. I don't have to say anything negative about you. I could still be respectful and cordial with you, and then just, not be around you like that. So what kind of relationship did y'all have that you would invite her out? Maybe there's a reason that she may have felt that way. I don't know. But when you say that, I no longer invite her out unless others are around. And then, sometimes people just have platonic work situations. Maybe they're just platonic friends or whatever outside of work. They may hang out or whatever. Maybe he felt comfortable enough at one point to invite her out when it's just them two. But now that this happened, I can kind of understand why he would be like, okay, I need to have other people around, because if anything were to go left, I need other witnesses to be able to speak on my behalf. Because I feel like that is a bit untrustworthy in my personal but yeah, I'm no longer talking to her unless needed to, always keeping distances. I no longer invite her out unless there are others around. She could feel my hesitancy towards her and how I no longer treat her the same as others. She tried to say that I'm being ridiculous and petty, but I told her that I'm just looking out. I think it's right to look out for yourself. You try to put me in a position where I could lose my job and label me as a person that will violate you. Do you know that can come with also criminal charges and not just being released from my job? And all I was just trying to do was just help you, because of what he said 2 months ago during a work lunch. One of my coworkers started choking, so I did the Heimlich. Okay, after she's in the clear, everybody else cheered because they was happy that you saved her life when she was over there choking. So I don't know, that's crazy. Now there is a follow-up. All right. And he does apologize and says, sorry about my English. He says, if there are errors, he says, it is my third language. Okay. This is what the person says. But then goes on to say, wow, this blew up. I'm not very active here, but I have several. He says, I have read several comments and DMs. Sorry, I can't read all. Thanks for everyone's support. I won't make updates, but I have some clarifications. I'm not from or at any English speaking countries. Me and the coworker did have a talk with our colleagues nearby, and she agreed to just be limited to necessary context that relates to work. Okay. He says, I won't sue her because everything is resolved. And to be honest, it would just be bringing more problems while wasting money. I also received several DMs about people with similar experiences as me, which made me sad and relieved that I'm not the only one going through it. And I also saw comments about how I'm not considering and don't understand her trauma, which is fair. He says, if you're harassed for real, then you should protect yourself. But I just hope she came to me about her uncomfortableness since we've known each other for a couple of years now. That's all that he says. Okay. And he goes on to, there was something else that he said. Oh, as far as suing her, I don't think he should have necessarily sued her because he didn't lose his job or anything. I guess some people would say sue because of false allegations, but I also feel like this is something that could be easily resolved, you know what I'm saying? And whatever it was, if she was trying to label him as something, the job didn't see it as such. A lot of the people that witnessed it did not see it as such. So I don't think that anything truly damaged his reputation. He was able to maintain his job. So I don't think he's the asshole in this situation. And I think he is doing what's right, which is keep his distance from her at this time. Okay. And I don't know if she was being vindictive when she did that. She merely, that could be what she experienced. You know what I'm saying? And she just wanted to speak to that and just let somebody know. So who knows? I don't know. But I just wanted to come in and let y'all know my thoughts on it, honey. Y'all can go ahead and get down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything. That's all that I have for you guys at this time. I am Jami. That's me. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a practice. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like agents. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool, we gon' make them swim.